Welcome to the Honolulu Cheese Podcast, the pretty much #1 NFC North podcast. I'm your host, Matt. Joining me as always, my co-host, Miran. Miran, I got a quick question for you. This was going to work out way better before Ryan abandoned us last minute. But no, shout out to Ryan. He's not with us today. He's a little under the weather. He's going to get a YouTube exclusive video out there in a couple days when he's up to it. So yeah, the guy works in a school. It's flu season. Get better soon, Ryan. We love you. But my opening line, Miran, was going to be this. All right, I want everyone on the podcast to raise your hand if your team has 5 wins. Gosh, that would have been 3 hands if Ryan was here. How about those Bears, Miro? We'll get into it later in the show. Before we do, let's get into Woo and Chew, sans sound effects. Ryan is our sound engineer. So you want to kick us off, Miran? A little Woo and Chew action?
Yeah, so very simple for my Woo player, or my Woo player.
Woo.
Imagine a team scoring 47 points. Imagine being the #1 option on said team. And then imagine getting 0 catches with said team. Yes, guys, you guessed it right. That is Rome Odunze. And if you want to ask James Odunze, soon to be guest of this show, he's not happy about it.
Bro, James Odunze needs to put the phone down. Rome Odunze is leading the Bears in literally every statistical category. And he has one bad game where he dropped a touchdown. Not a great throw by Caleb, but a catchable ball for the 9th overall pick. James, just reel it in, my guy. I get it. It's frustrating. You want what's best for your kid as a dad. I totally get that, but whew, James, let's figure it out, bro.
47 points, though, and not a single stat. I'm not in the NFL, and I did the same thing.
I know. Heck of a line by you. I will say, in Rome Odunze's defense, that you don't get a lot of points for this in fantasy. The guy was blocking his ass off.
Oh, 100%. That's what I hate about fantasy is you look at stats and you're like, this guy didn't do anything. Like, there's more to football than fantasy football.
I know. Rome was clearing lanes out there for my boy Kyle Manungai.
And this was one of the weird games where all our teams were playing at the same time.
I know.
So I didn't watch the game. I'm not going to watch the Bears over the Packers.
Of course.
And I see 47 points. I'm expecting like 9 catches, 170 from Odunze. I was expecting Loveland to have a big game. Not expecting it prior to the game, but when you see 47 points, they got to come from somewhere.
For sure. And
then you look and the guy has 0. It's like
you're just looking in the box score. You're like, am I missing Odunze? Where is he? I don't see him on there.
And then like in our chats, we have one of the guys that has Odunze, and he's like cussing his life out. I'm like, this guy's probably cussing him out because he didn't get the 150 bonus. I'm like, oh no, he got 0.
Yeah, he didn't get the 1-yard bonus. Forget about the 150. What about your Chew player, Miro?
I feel like, so it's kind of a twofer for me, and I'm sorry if I stole your guy, but I'm going to stick to the Bears theme. I've been on Manungai all year. I love him, and I'm so mad because I waited three weeks for him, and then I gave up on him, and now they can't let him not be the starter. He's very good, and I just love how he plays. He ended up with, 176, I believe it was?
Does he remind you of anyone? When I was watching the game, I kept trying to think about, and I always do this with running backs, who does this guy remind me of? Manungai, I know you didn't watch the game closely, but you're familiar enough. You've seen him run. I got one that came to me. A friend of the show, Scott Siegel from the Northbrook Premier League, pointed this one out. But does he remind you of anyone when he runs?
Yeah, Jamal Charles without Tourette's.
So that, I don't really think that. Jamal Charles was like electric and fast. Manungai's not like fast, and he's short, and he's not that big. The comp that Scott made that I thought was great was he kind of runs like fellow Rutgers alum Isaiah Pacheco. Like he's just mad at the ground. And, everything is, if 3 yards are blocked, he's going to get you 4. If 4 are blocked, he's going to get you 5. The legs are always churning, but I love that call.
No, it's a thing. I've been saying it all year, unfortunately, but the Bears, they might not be Bearing anymore. We'll see.
Again, I don't think we're bad. We might not be good. We might not be good. Shout out to Packers fan, I think it's Nate, who was jawing with me on Twitter. What up, Nate? Hope you're enjoying the show, buddy. Yeah, but
He doesn't mean that. He wants to square up with you, Nate.
it's all in good fun. You had another Chew player or just that one?
Yeah, it's the daily installment when he plays Puka. It's like, bro, guarantee 25 every week. But the thing is, like, he's always hurt. It's
Real, you talking about Puka Nacua, not Dontavian Wicks, right?
no, Wicks is coming back this week.
Okay, got it. Shout out to the Hitman, Wazim. I might have screwed that up. Apologies.
No, you were right, Tazim.
Respect to the Hitman.
Yeah, Tazim
All right.
Majid.
For my woo player, I'm going to go, since Ryan's not here to defend him, I'm going to go with Jahmyr Gibbs. Because, like you said, the Bears were not on early. They were not on like in a, like a solo window, on at the same time as Lions and Packers. So saw a few Lions highlights, few Packers highlights. Haven't really had time to watch the condensed replay of either. So I'll definitely get back and do that, grind the tape. You know me, I'm a big tape grinder. But yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs. I reworked my entire FanDuel lineup. Me and Miro play in a season-long FanDuel league that I run. That's a ton of fun. We got like 20 people. So you make a new lineup every week. And yeah, I reworked my whole lineup to get Gibbs in there. Thought he was going to have a monster day. He was mid as it gets. He had like 25 total yards. It made no sense. I know Ryan was a little frustrated with the play calling, and the Lions were getting blitzed a ton. So yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs. Where were you, Jahmyr?
Did you see the cut up that was made of Jahmyr's blocking or lack thereof? That's floating around TikTok.
I saw like a brief thing on Twitter. I'll be honest, I didn't really watch it. Was he struggling in pass pro a bit?
Yeah, so apparently he allowed 8 pressures as a running back, and that's like the most that a running back has allowed in, I think, 3 or 4 years.
The Vikings had like a crazy blitz percentage, I saw, right? So I'm sure that part of that is just like the Vikings were like, all right, let's just blitz on every play.
It was so simple. It was just linebacker up the A-gap, cornerback up the A-gap. There was no like stunting, no turning,
nothing exotic.
Yeah,
they were just like, here comes the pain.
Yeah, like, and just running the guy over. I'm like, wow, that's not good. So I feel like this week you're going to see a team do it, and hopefully the Lions pick it up. And if they do, Lions will probably put up 40 to 50 this week. And if they don't, it might be exposed.
Big revenge game for the Lions this week. Bummer about no Jaden Daniels. That injury sucked to see. So hopefully he's ready to rock it. If not this year, then for the start of next year. My Chew player, I wanted to go Colston Loveland here. I'll be honest, the Colston Loveland game, never forget where you were. You know, guy just had a monster touchdown. And then I just rewatched it, and my God, Miran, the tackling on that from the Bengals secondary on that game-winning touchdown. I'm just not sure what the plan could have possibly been.
Bro, there was 4 guys around him.
Dude, first off, what a throw by Caleb. Literally fitted in a perfect window. Those are the highs of Caleb, right? But then, 4 guys had a shot. One guy did this never works, throw yourself at him like a bowling ball. And the other 3 guys were just like, oh, dude, there goes Colston Loveland. See ya, man. But I decided I had to, out of respect for the man, I have to go Brock Bowers. This guy's unbelievable. Obviously not healthy for the last 6 weeks or so. Comes back, drops 12 for 130 and 3. Literally, the guy cannot be guarded. Thanks to him, 5% Brock Bowers, my wife got the high score this week in FanDuel. She actually asked me, and she doesn't usually ask me for lineup advice, so before anybody comes with pitchforks, she's like, should I play Bowers? I know he's been hurt. I was like, I would not. I would definitely play Tucker Kraft if I were you. He's a little cheaper. Obviously, she was happy that she stuck with Brock Bowers. We'll get into Tucker Kraft, I'm sure, in a little bit. Huge bummer of news there.
So Zorana being right, she's at like a 98% clip since you guys been married?
Oh, probably more. Yeah. That's probably light. Yeah. No, she doesn't screw up a lot of stuff. When she's screwing up, that's usually my bad. So, but yeah, Woo and Chew in the books. We are through officially half of the NFL season, Miran, regular season. I saw it today, which made me sad. So just a quick wins pool update. We don't have to go into it too much. Ryan in the lead with 26. I don't have his teams pulled up in front of me, but I can get him. Ryan has Eagles, Lions, Bucks, Broncos, Giants. I am in second at 22. So 4 games behind Ryan with Ravens, Niners, Chiefs, Falcons, Jags. And Miran, you are at 21 with Bills, Packers, Commanders. That one might take a bit of a hit. Chargers, definitely a great pick. And Titans. Maybe.
So basically, I'm going to get a combined maybe 8 wins from Commanders Titans.
Oh, for the whole season?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe
Great.
less. I don't. It's not gonna be great. And then for this week's Pick'em, we didn't get an update last week, so I wanted to shout out Week 8. Hail to the Victors was this fella's name. Hail to the Victors 23. So it must be a guy named Victor. He had 12 though. Hell of a showing for Week 8. And then in Week 9, another just these puns from the guys in our or gals in our Pick'em. Knee capital gains. It plays on the Lions, the mortgage industry, taxes, you name it. So shout out to you with 10 this week. Great win. And then, yeah, Miran, big day today in the NFL, the trade deadline. I just wanted to get your overall thoughts for anybody who missed it. Biggest move of the day, definitely Sauce Gardner getting traded from the Jets to the Colts for 2 first-round picks and A.D. Mitchell, wide receiver. The Jets also unloaded Quinnen Williams to the Cowboys for a first-round pick next year and a second-round pick in this upcoming draft. So second in 26, first in 27. And then there was some minor moves that were expected. Jacoby Myers got dealt to the Jaguars. A couple others. So just wanted to get your
Shaheed to the Seahawks.
I did like that one.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get your overall thoughts, Miran. My first question was just favorite or just like overall thoughts on the deadline. I kind of wanted to get into what the Jets did because it sort of falls into an area where I always thought NFL teams weren't aggressive enough about unloading guys. Let's just start there with the Jets before we hop all over, because I've always been a believer, and I don't know where you stand, but if a team is out of it and they have assets to deal, usually expiring assets, I'm like, dude, I would just trade anybody. If it's not glued down and it's not a young player who's locked up in the core of your team or a guy in a rookie deal, get a 4th, get a 6th, get anything. Just accumulate picks, be able to move up in the draft, move around, use extra draft capital. So I love the aggressive mindset approach from the Jets. But also, these are cornerstone, franchise pieces. Sauce Gardner is a top 5 corner. Quinnen Williams is a top 5 D tackle. What did you think about what the Jets did? I sort of respect the aggressiveness, but I'm also dude, what are you going to do with these picks?
I love it.
Okay.
With Sauce and Quinnen, elite players at their position, but not to be that guy. What did you win with them? Yeah, nothing.
No, fair, for sure.
And same thing I think the Colts are crazy for what they did for Sauce.
Same.
And I want to explain why. I know the Colts have a very good defense, but the minute that your front 7 doesn't produce the way they are, because they're on a freak run right now, they're not going to be that good all year. There's no way. It's just not numbers-wise.
It would be surprising. It seems like they're out over their skis majorly.
Correct. So with that being said, we've talked about it on this show a million times. If your front 7 doesn't create pressure, I don't care how good Sauce Gardner is, he's not going to be who you want him to be. If you look at the Jets the last 2 years, Sauce Gardner has not been all that, and the reason for that is their lackluster front 7. And then, not to make this about the Packers, but I am going to compare it to Michael Parsons because the trade is similar.
Of course.
You're trading for a top corner, and I think we can both agree that a corner doesn't change a defense the way an edge player does.
It doesn't. I like Sauce, he's a good player, but a really good pass rusher flips the math for you, right? You can get away with stuff. And There've been corners like that in the past. Jalen Ramsey in his prime was like lockdown no matter what. Pat Surtain is probably like that. And no disrespect to Sauce, he's a great player. He's a top 5 corner, but like you said, he's not like, I don't know that he's making.
He's
like
not. He's not Dion.
Right. He's not like the impact. It's tough to have that much of an impact at corner when you're just like so reliant on, a decent pass rush. So I'm kind of with you.
And my thing on this too is, okay, the Colts obviously hitched their wagon to Daniel Jones. We already know that, which is.
But this like is like, we're all in, we're trading away first, we're going to extend Daniel Jones. You would have to think. Like, they would be crazy.
Correct. And if it doesn't work, they're going to suck ass for 10 years. And it's going to be right back to where they were.
It's the good thing is, it's not like anyone has ever paid Daniel Jones off of one good season and regretted it almost immediately. So they should be totally fine. I can't remember any team ever doing that.
So I heard a good comp, not like to play style, just contract style. When Baker went to Tampa and he balled out the first year, and they were like, is he really Baker? And they gave him like a kind of like, here's some money, but here's not the money that you want.
The middle tier, that's kind of where that started. And then Baker was kind of the first one who got that like, listen, we like you and we want to keep you. But
we like you, but we don't love you.
We're not going to pay you $60 million. And then that kind of happened with Geno when he went to the Raiders. It happened with Sam Darnold this year with the Seahawks. Like, there's becoming a market for like hey, we found a guy and we don't like know that he's not like a top 6 like freak show difference maker, but like, he's all right. We kind of like him.
Yeah, it's the we found a guy contract, but we haven't found the guy contract. That's the best way to explain it.
I love that. So my next question, or one of my next questions was going to be, because I totally agree that this ties Daniel Jones to the Colts, which like rightfully so. He's earned a new deal. He just gets the Sam Darnold deal or a markup on the Sam Darnold deal from last year, probably.
Yeah, unless
35-ish per.
Now, if they go, I'm not going to say the Super Bowl, if they go to the conference championship, they're going to cash him out. It doesn't matter what happens.
But they shouldn't. But you think they will?
No, if he goes to the conference championship, they should. And what else can you expect?
That means like you probably beat some combination of Lamar, Mahomes, Josh Allen, like in the playoff game. Like if you beat one of the elite dudes in the playoffs, I guess.
And not to be that guy, but Josh Allen, championship game. Lamar, I think he went to a championship game.
Yeah,
he did.
I think he went to one. They lost to the Chiefs.
Jared Goff, championship game.
Yep.
Jordan Love has not been there yet.
Right.
So if he makes it there, he gets paid. Simple math.
Yeah. No, no, that makes sense. And like, I kind of like, so I would not have done this move in a million years if I was the Colts, like trading the 2 1s. At the same time, I'm not like, if I was a Colts fan, like I'd be excited. I wouldn't be crucifying him for it. I'd be like, we got a shot. The Colts never do anything splashy. Kind of like the Packers typically are prior to this season, right? They just like, they draft dudes and they extend them and they bring in like supplemental free agents to try to like address areas of need. And then at the end of the year for 10 years in a row, they're like, I don't know, dude, Andrew Luck retired. We couldn't figure it out. But yeah, I kind of like the aggressive nature. Free agency classes in the NFL are getting, every year the free agency class just looks worse and worse because teams just like aren't letting good players get out of the building. You paid a hefty price, but we'll see.
So my thing is, and I'm not just saying this because the Packers are the favorite to land him, but you go trade 2 firsts and Asante Samuel Jr. is available as a free agent. I'm not saying they're the same player before anyone jumps on me. But the Colts defense is already good. I would have been like, hey, Asante, come play for us. You have a chance to become an elite corner with our defense. He's already an All-Pro. He's made the All-Pro before.
Yeah.
And then they cash him out. They saved the 2 first-round picks. And I know we're talking about the trade deadline. We'll get into the Packers, but That's the route I would have took personally. But
Yeah. No,
to each his own.
no, for sure. I mean, be aggressive, go for it. It's still as much fun as this Colts season has been. It's tough to see the Colts and Daniel Jones beating one of the AFC teams, even the Chargers. And the Chargers are decimated. You put the Chargers and the Colts in a playoff game next week, I have a hard time not leaning Chargers just because of Justin Herbert. And maybe that's wrong, but I don't know.
So my loser of the day, Cowboys, man. I don't get it. I get it and I don't get it. When you're the... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's so hard to look at the Cowboys' moves not through the Micah Parsons lens. When you just, take everything into account, the fact that you, acquired 2 first-round picks by trading bro, I love Quinnen Williams. He's an absolute stud. He's not on the same planet as Micah Parsons. And I know it's a first and a second, and it's 2 firsts, and, he doesn't make as much money per year, but, you know how you avoid paying Micah Parsons $47 million a year?
Pay him early.
You fucking pay him 2 years ago when, everyone knew you should have paid him and he was an elite pass rusher. So it's so hard for me not to look at this trade through anything other than, how do you not just keep Micah Parsons?
But not even that. And this is obviously no disrespect to Micah because he's the best defender in football. But, your team wasn't good with him. So, you gotta, as a Cowboys fan and, as the owner, Jerry Jones, you gotta just say, hey, we're not good this year. So let's just take it. We'll take belt to ass this year. And then we'll do everything we can to be good next year. What are you... you went and got Pickens. You went and got Quinnen Williams. You went and got Logan Wilson. What are you doing?
Anytime you can trade for a linebacker that's been benched off the worst defense in football, you have to do it, though. That's what I always say.
Well, he got benched because of his attitude, because he requested a trade. He's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm good as maybe a reach. He's fine.
Okay, well, compared to the Cowboys, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, for sure.
But, I don't know, man. I don't get it. Just, literally, you could have tanked this year. You got the 2 picks from the Packers. You're the Dallas Cowboys. No matter how bad you suck, people are going to want to play for you. Use that to your leverage. Why are you over trading assets to get players? You're the Dallas Cowboys. It's like trading first-round picks for the Lakers. You don't need to do it. You're the Los Angeles Lakers.
Right.
You're the Dallas Cowboys. You're the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
People are just going to show up. But yeah, I agree. I thought that from the Jets perspective, though, just to go full circle, I would not have traded Sauce Gardner. But if a team called and offered me 2 firsts, I probably would have just traded Sauce Gardner because he's a corner and I like him, but we just paid him. So, okay, the old offer you can't refuse. I'm in. And then the Quinnen Williams. But if you're going to trade him, why do you not trade Breece Hall? They better pay him. They
probably didn't like what they had.
Just didn't like the offer. Thought they might as well hold on to him, just bang him between the tackles for 10 more weeks.
Yeah, and he's still on a rookie deal, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So
he is, but they got to pay him after this year, right? I think this is year 4.
Yeah, let him walk. I'll use him for 10 games. It's not worth a 4th-round pick. Whatever.
I don't know. I think it's worth that at least. Just even an early day 3 pick. I'd have been all right with that.
But also, I think they want to keep their team a little bit competitive to actually evaluate Terry Glenn. Because right now, or not Terry Glenn, wow. Aaron Glenn. Rest in peace, Terry Glenn.
Him too.
Yeah. But I think they still don't know what they have in Aaron Glenn. So they have to have something to evaluate him with, I would assume.
That's fair for sure. Yeah, because it definitely doesn't feel like Aaron Glenn is long for New York, but it's funny, all the stuff that I was I don't know if Aaron Glenn's going to be good at some stuff, but as a coach, leader of men, with the media, all this, I know he'll be fine. And doesn't feel like he's been fine. And to be fair, losing is hard and, nobody likes to answer questions when they're losing, but
He's like, when it comes to the media, though, he's like bitch made. He's so soft.
I know.
Like any tough question, he's like, why are you asking me that? You're standing in front of a podium. What do you mean, why am I asking you that?
This is New York City, sir. This is the largest market in the world. Like, what are we doing here?
Who knows, man?
And then, yeah, just I kind of like the Jags trading for Jacoby Myers. He's an adult. He's a professional receiver. Probably means
he's literally a Jag.
Yeah,
just another guy.
Exactly. Which is like fine.
Yeah.
The Jags have dumped a lot of resources into wide receiver over the past like 2 years or so.
You know why?
Why, Miran?
Because Trevor Lawrence needs it.
But dude, I just mean it's like you fucking drafted Brian Thomas Jr. in, whatever, the top 15. You used 2 first-round picks on Travis Hunter. You paid Gabe Davis. Like, I don't even know. I think Gabe Davis is back in Buffalo. You freaking, there was like another guy. I think didn't they send like Tutu Atwell? It's like $10 million. Or De'Ami Brown or somebody?
The Lions guy.
Tim Patrick.
No. Yeah, and didn't they have Josh Reynolds?
I think he's on the Broncos.
Oh, yeah, okay. It was Tim Patrick. You're right.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's cool. And honestly, like, Rashid Shaheed, he's fun. Sam Darnold is absolutely balling. I'm in for that, bro. Cooper Kupp is hurt. I did kind of like Torrey Horton, but, like, let him come along a little bit. Like, Rashid Shaheed for nothing? Like, why not? Let's do that. And then the Bears made a minor deal. They added Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, I think it is, from the Bucks for the old 6'7" swap for the kids out there. 6'7". Nice.
Don't do that.
I still don't even know what it means. But yeah, so like, I don't know, a warm body at pass rusher, because Dio, pour one out for Dio, torn Achilles, done for the year. I actually didn't know that he had even played since week 1, because the guy's been invisible. But hey, get well soon.
Has
Dio.
He been?
He's been fucking non-existent. I'm
kind of happy about that.
A just free agency masterclass from Ryan Poles as usual. What a dumbass. God, whatever.
You can't do that. You liked him. I did too. Don't do that.
Dio, I did like him.
Yeah.
I did. But I only liked him because you said you wanted him. I didn't know anything about him. I was like, oh,
this is my fault.
Yeah, we got this guy Miran wanted. I'm jacked for it, for sure. Anytime bad stuff happens to the Packers, it's good for me. And the Packers, no moves. You feel okay about that? Maybe you would have wanted them to add a corner, I feel like, with what we've talked about.
No, because I think Asante's coming in tomorrow. If we sign him, I'm going to be through the roof.
Oh, that's true. Okay. I saw maybe some like Njoku rumors. I mean, the Tucker Kraft injury, dude, that obviously I hate the Packers, but never root for injuries. And Tucker Kraft is as fun of a guy to watch as there is. That sucks.
Yeah. We drafted Luke Musgrave high.
Yeah. Same year as Kraft, right?
Yeah, he was the second.
Before Kraft, I think.
Yep.
And he's been okay when he's been out there. He's been injured a decent amount, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, his first year, he lacerated his kidney, so that was a rough start. Yeah, so...
That can't be good. That can't feel good.
We'll see what we have. I'm not high on Luke Musgrave, but I'm also... I wanted Njoku. I think he's a monster, but, we'll see.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I mean,
Last time we lost our starting tight end, like I posted on Instagram, we won the Super Bowl, so we'll be okay.
Was that your Michael Finley?
Yeah, Yado, you're the takeover.
You feel... All right, let's just... That feels like a good segue to just get into it, Miran. The Packers lose at home as a 14-point favorite to... Let's call them what they are. They're frisky. The Panthers are a frisky team. They are not the Panthers of last year or 2 years ago, but they have no business going into Lambeau Field and winning.
100%.
What happened?
Matt LaFleur doing Matt LaFleur things and just dumbing down a playbook against an inferior opponent. I'll never, ever understand it. And, in the fourth quarter, it was 4th and 8. There's 11 minutes left in the game, and he's going for it. You want to be aggressive? Be aggressive against the Eagles on Monday night. Guarantee same situation Monday night. He would have been like, we're going to kick it. That's the stuff that bothers me. Just stay consistent with your play call.
No, that's fair. I mean, not a lot of points. The Panthers are not exactly known for, a staunch defense. It felt like Josh Jacobs did I wouldn't even say his normal Josh Jacobs thing. I just feel
let's call it what it is. He's been ass all year.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to say that. He's been bad all year. He's been getting touchdowns, but our offensive line hasn't been the best in run protection. And his injuries don't help. He's had a nagging hamstring for 3 weeks, but our run game's been awful. That's why I laugh when people are like, Jordan Love's just average. Well, he's got top 5 stats. His run game's below average. His receivers, according to everyone but me, suck. And he's still producing. So it's it is what it is. We have to step up that line, though.
I was reading the guy we always talk about. He's like my favorite O-line guy. I feel like he just knows O-line plays so well. Brandon Thorne. He does some stuff for the Trench Warfare Substack. He writes a little bit for Establish the Run. He came out today with his mid-season O-line rankings. Take a guess, assuming you haven't seen it, on where he had the Packers rated so far for O-line this season.
Middle of the pack, higher than Detroit, lower than Chicago.
So lower than Detroit and Chicago. Had him at 22. Just noted Zach Tom had been, injured a little bit. He wasn't super kind to Jordan Morgan in his write-up. Not malicious, just missed a lot of because this is Jordan Morgan's second year. He was a first-rounder last year. Just that he hasn't really played great, and obviously you're relying on a dude you picked in the first round last year who wasn't healthy. But yeah, he had the Packers at 22, the Lions at 11, 10, and the Bears at 8.
That Lions one is wild.
I think the Lions O-line has been fine. They're obviously, I think it's evident that they miss Frank Ragnow, but, they have the best.
I was going to say Goff's on pace to be sacked the most he's ever been sacked as a Lion. I don't think fine is. I don't think so at all.
But I think they went from elite to fine. So they are considerably, the Lions have been a stalwart top 2 or 3 team on this list for the last 3 years. So, 2 to 12 is a pretty significant drop. So I definitely think
who's 1 and 2?
The Eagles were 1, and great podcasting. The Bills were 2, the Broncos were 3. That rounded out the first tier. And then the Colts, Bucks, Panthers, Rams, Bears were tier 2.
Sure, up there.
I was surprised by that too. Granted, seen some Commanders this year, but I don't know. I feel like every time I see the Commanders, Jaden Daniels getting popped.
I wanted you to read the top 6 just to confirm my validity of this list, and you just sealed it up for me. I'm straight on this guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just because you're not in on the Commanders?
Commanders, the Bears, or not the Bears, I'm sorry, the Lions I feel is too high.
I'll be honest, guys like us, we're just not watching enough O-line play, Miran. That's what I feel like.
I know, but even the Eagles, though, they haven't been all that. Saquon had his first big game last week.
So I'll be honest, the Eagles being that high surprised me. Just going off of, what we see and, what we watch, as dads and whatnot, the Bills O-line has been just the holes that James Cook is running through look like semi-trucks could drive through there.
What's this guy's name again?
Brandon Thorne. I believe he's at Brandon Thorne on the old X machine. So hit him up. Let him know what you think of the rankings. And be nice. Guy's the best.
Oh, I will.
But yeah, Miran, like I said, I didn't get to see a ton of the Packers game. But I'll be honest, when you're playing a bottom 5-ish defense, the quarterback's got to play better. I know Tucker Kraft got hurt, and I know Matthew Golden left the game. I get all this. Would you agree the quarterback has to be better? He has to elevate talent around him.
I think he made one egregious throw.
Was that the 4th down one where he threw it running to his left to the right corner of the end zone? Because that was a Interesting decision.
It was the middle of the field when he just threw it up, and that was right after Watson caught that 50-yard bomb, and he was just feeling himself. I didn't like that. The 4th and 8 play, surprisingly, and yeah, I'm gonna like stunt on you a little. I watched the all 22 on it. That was
Whoa, film guy now, huh? Look at you.
That was all Romeo Doubs' fault. He got pushed out. Should have been called, by the way. We won't get into that because we lost the game. He didn't even come back to the ball. So, like, you shouldn't throw it.
Jordan Love was, like, running, expecting him to, like, come with him, and then eventually was like, well, dude, I got to do something.
Correct, and it's 4th and 8. It turns into a touchback. If it wasn't 4th and 8, he's not going to make that throw. Was it ugly? Sure. Was it a big deal? I mean, if
it was fourth down, yeah.
If he would have grounded it, it's the same thing. So
right, for sure. But yeah, I mean, like, Miran, let's be honest. That's 2 losses this year. You can't have it, right? What do we think?
We have 2 losses and 1 tie with a total of 9 points. We should be 8-0 if we're being real.
That's what I mean. Like, that's gotta resonate in the back of your head a little bit. And whether or not you wanna put the blame more on Jordan Love or more on Matt LaFleur. I did, just quick sidebar. I saw a great tweet that made me think of you. And I don't remember who it was, and I'm going to paraphrase a little bit. But it was basically along the lines of Matt LaFleur is an elite play designer and a bad play caller. Which, like, I was like, that's like an interesting perspective. And it was basically like, if you don't watch the Packers every week, this isn't going to make sense to you. But it kind of jived with what you've been saying on the podcast for the last couple of years. So I just thought, I was like, all right, my guy Miro, he knows his stuff.
Just watch on Monday night how creative we look compared to the games we lose. Win or lose. But just because the Eagles are a better team, just watch how much more, like, smooth we look. It's going to be wild to you.
That's gotta... so you guys get the Eagles off a bye with some extra rest?
I can't wait.
You can't love that.
I
know you're excited, obviously. But yeah, just overall, like, still... I mean, eventually these losses, like, they add up, and, like, a loss like that or a loss to the Browns, like, that's the difference between, playing in Philly in January or playing in Green Bay. Like, those matter, like, right? You gotta, you can't have those.
I'm pumped. I'm not pumped about the loss, but I'm pumped that in the standings it really didn't affect us because the Lions lost and no one's worried about the Bears or Vikings. So, like, it's...
Yeah, I know. For now. No, I know. I know people were like, oh, that's mean to say. I was like, well, they're not worried, though. They shouldn't be worried.
The Rams might be a problem. But the thing is with the Rams, Puka's not reliable. When I say not reliable, relax. I just mean injury-wise. He's not reliable right now. That's all I'm talking about.
Dude, but God, what a baller. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Dontavian Wicks Jr.
What about this? Shout out to the Hitman. I'll be honest, when I listened back to that episode because I missed last week, I was like, when he just goes, Dontavian Wicks is Puka. And I was like, Nakua? Or is there another Puka that I'm not aware of? Because, like, God, nobody loves them some Dontavian Wicks more than me, but Puka, sir, you need to watch some more Puka, I would say.
Yeah.
Not quite there. So, yeah, you guys head to Philly, or Philly's coming to Green Bay?
Philly's coming to Green Bay.
Do you know the line on that game, or would you like to guess it?
I don't know it. I would guess -2.5 for the Packers.
Packers -2.5, you would say? The line is, wow, folks, Packers -2.5. This guy knows his stuff. So to me, coming off of a loss to the Panthers, that feels like a hammer the Eagles spot. But as we talk about on this show, if immediately you think one thing, you should probably bet the opposite. So maybe the Packers get it done.
I also know you have some net proceeds, as we call it in the mortgage world, from the sale of your home. Let's do it, Matt.
Put them all? Let me talk to my wife. Bet it all on the Packers -2.5?
Bet them net proceeds.
I don't know if she's going to be down, but we will ask her. Maybe we can use that plus her FanDuel weekly high score money.
Can you imagine that ticket, like, just drive down to Motor City. I don't know what your net proceeds are, obviously, but let's just say 50 grand, and you're like, yeah. And the cashier's looking at you. She's like, we don't usually get these in Detroit. Are you good?
I don't think that I could watch a game that I bet any net proceeds on without just diarrheaing my pants repeatedly.
So not to get into my bets that I've made, but I've gone as high as 2 grand on a game, but that's even crazy for me.
I think the largest bet I made ever was 20.
And
be a 50.
Also, my wife is sitting on the couch across from me. She said, "That's before you met me." Yes, babe, it is before I met you. I would never do that now.
Never. I don't even bet, hon. Totally fine. All right, well, yeah, the Packers. So my Sunday was a whirlwind, Miran. The Bears had the game in the bag. We were just rolling on offense. The Bengals defense is one of the worst collections of NFL talent I've ever laid eyes on. So going into the game, I think I talked to you. I know I wasn't on last week, but you and I and Ryan talked, and I was like, as long as the offense looks good, I'm straight. If we lose a shootout, our defense is bad too, whatever. Bro, that game was, game of the year. Yeah, there was about 4 minutes left in the Bears game when Ryan Fitzgerald, I think his name was, drilled that field goal to beat you guys. Shout out to Ryan Fitzgerald. Thank you, sir. And I was like talking so much.
What's got to do with the Bears game?
Well, just listen for a second. So I text you guys. I'm talking all this shit. The Lions are down 2 touchdowns. The Bears have just taken a pick 6 back, Tremaine Edmonds. And, my Sunday's over. I'm golden. Bears win, Lions lose, Packers lose.
Real quick question. That pick 6, did they call him down by contact?
So what they called was somebody on the offense caused him to go down. So somebody pushed him, what they said, even though when he was on the ground, no one touched him. It was a little sketchy for sure. But so that play comes back. And now I'm like, okay, well, there's 4 minutes left. The Bears have the ball. We're up by 2 scores. We're sitting pretty. And then okay, we're going to punt. Not a big deal. We're still up 2 scores. You don't want to get too fancy. Joe Flacco surgically picks us apart. Do it again. I'm like, all right. Now I feel a little uncomfortable because I've been talking all this shit to Miran and Ryan in our group chat. Just gotta recover the onside kick. That's easy. Anybody could do that. Doesn't go 10 yards. Doesn't matter. It hits what I think I read was the guy from the hands team who was out there. It's supposed to be Cole Kmet, but he was out with a concussion. So it was our Daniel Hardy, our gunner guy. It hit him in the foot. Bengals come back. They frickin' score again. I'm like, oh my God, these post-game reaction videos of all 3 of us losing are going to hit like crack. And thank God, dude. I've come on here. I've talked about my frustrations with Caleb. He still holds on to the ball too long. This game, I felt like our O-line was amazing, but our left tackle, Theo Benedict, was just a turnstile. It was every snap. I don't know why we weren't fucking chipping, but every snap, get the ball, and then there's just some dude running unblocked, on his blind side. But then he's running this way, and he's circling back around, and he's running back this way, trying to give me a heart attack. But dude, I'm telling you, if nothing else, cards on the table in the 4th quarter, Caleb is always making plays. It was obviously the throw to Colston Loveland we touched on a little bit earlier was a frickin' missile. It was a dime, in between 3 defenders, and the Bears just absolutely steal one that they had no business losing, and then they had no business winning, and then they won. Just an absolute heart attack of a Sunday.
So question for you, and please don't attack me. This is not Bears related at all.
Okay.
With what Joe Flacco's doing, does that lessen Joe Burrow?
So,
But I want to see a larger...
Interesting enough point.
I want to see a larger sample size remember, Joe Flacco on the Browns was awful. He was not, okay, so he won Comeback Player of the Year, but
2 years ago, right?
yeah, I think he came back the next year and he was bad. Like, come on, bro. It's Joe Flacco. He's 40. Like, if Joe Flacco does a full year of this, there's going to be questions.
I just think Joe Flacco is like, certain circumstances let you go to Joe Flacco and be like, I don't know, Joe, just like slang it and see what happens. Like, Joe Burrow is way more like surgical and like protect the ball and we're trying to win and don't turn it over. And obviously Chase and Higgins are huge. Like, some of the plays, like Joe Flacco should have thrown 5 interceptions on Sunday, except for T. Higgins is a grown-ass man. The guy that was guarding him is like 8. And T.
I've seen that play.
There was like 3 plays where he was like, yeah, nah, dude, this one's mine. I got this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, remember, Flacco got thrown in like 3 days before his game, and it was just like, okay, here we go, 30 points.
Yeah,
40 points.
I just think Joe Flacco's a professional ass quarterback. And when you give him weapons and no defense, and like, the Bengals aren't going to Joe Flacco to be like, oh, protect the ball and we're trying to do this and we're trying to do this lead. They're just like, I don't know, Joe, we're going to give up 50. So if we score 51, we might win.
And I think Burrow's a very good quarterback, but at the same time, we've seen the bad Burrow in the first 3 weeks of the year for the last 3 years.
Yeah, so no, that's like, fair for sure.
Is it like the Bengals offense is just so potent that anyone can do it? We'll see.
Well, not anybody, because Jake Browning could not do it.
Well, yes, anyone that's not Anne Frank playing quarterback, sure.
Oh, that's too funny. Overall, so last week, obviously the Packers lose Tucker Kraft. I know you mentioned earlier in the show, Josh Jacobs has been underwhelming this year, we'll say. So you could make the argument that the Packers lost their most impactful offensive player on Sunday. Non-quarterback, because like obviously Jordan Love is the most important, but like impactful skill position player.
That's fair.
Concerns long term. I know like you're higher on the Packers wide receiver room than I was gonna say most, but you know, everyone. But you know, Matthew Golden, he's looked okay, and Christian Watson being healthy is big, and you know, Dobbs is the Jacoby Myers of the NFC, I would say would be fair. He's a guy, he's a professional ass receiver, but like, you know, he's not, teams aren't scheming for him necessarily. So just overall 10,000 foot view on the Packers post Panthers loss and post Tucker Kraft torn ACL.
I think in a weird way, it's going to make our offense, I'm not going to say better, but like, I think we're going to open up our offense more because we can't just rely on Tucker Kraft. Like, a lot of stuff was schemed for him, and now we have to scheme guys open. Musgrave's not a burner. He's not just going to get open. Like, we have receivers that can get open, yes, but you're going to see, I'm telling you, LaFleur has to be more creative. And if he's not, if he's conservative, we're not going to do what we want to do this year. On the flip side, our defense has been phenomenal, been the best in the league, but also you're going to have to start creating turnovers. When it gets cold, turnovers will come just simply from weather, simply from teams not prepping properly, but you have to get those turnovers. You have to get turnovers. I think we'll be okay.
Dude, it's crazy. Just like, obviously, like everyone knows turnovers are important and turnovers make such a difference, but the Bears went through that 3-week stretch of like Cowboys, Raiders, Commanders forcing 3 or 4 turnovers a game. And in my head, like I knew that wasn't sustainable from a turnover perspective. But even on the show, I was like, you know, maybe the Bears defense is like, obviously it's not good, but I was like, maybe it's like serviceable enough. Nah, bro, it's real bad. It's so bad. We generate no pressure. All of our cornerbacks are injured. Our linebackers are fine-ish. But, like, we're going to have to score some points to win games. And we've got the Giants this week, but after that, our schedule gets tough, man, second half of the year. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to take, I don't know.
That's what's crazy about the Packers defense. It's been so dominant, and we literally have to play all four downs all the time. It's like we don't get turnovers. It's weird, but we're still dominant. So like when we start getting turnovers, it should get easier, hopefully.
I like it. All right, 2 questions before we get out of here, Miran, for you, unless you wanted to hit anything else. Question number 1, are the Bears a playoff team?
Not with that defense, no.
I'm with you. Yeah, I know. I have concerns about the defense, the schedule getting tougher. Our O-line has been really good, but we're going to play, the Eagles front and the Packers front and the Lions and the Vikings. And
just a follow-up, is your offense capable of being top 5? Do you have all the weapons? Yes.
I have a tough time getting to top 5 this season.
No, not this season. Just you guys, everything laid out. Your offense has everything that it needs. It's all up to Caleb to drive the car. That's
sure.
It.
No, 100%. I agree. All right. And then, because I'm with you, I think this year probably takes 10, maybe 11 wins even in the NFC, especially in the North, to get into the playoffs. I think the Bears probably end with 9 or 10 wins just when I peek at the schedule. So, yeah, I'm with you. Probably a little bit short. And then question number 2. The season ends today, and Roger Goodell calls you, Miran, and he says, Miran, it's up to you to pick the league MVP. Who you picking?
Easy answer is Josh Allen. Boring answer, but
yeah, no one's gonna give you any shit for Josh Allen. The guy played unbelievable on Sunday.
Honestly, I'm thinking Jonathan Taylor.
So here's the thing, though, dude, with the running back. I love JT. He had a down week this past week. He literally dropped from like 4th in MVP odds to like 12th.
Yeah.
Like you just.
No, they're not. They're not going to give it.
It's a quarterback.
They're not going to give it to a non-quarterback.
Yeah, it's a quarterback
but like,
award.
Literally, Daniel Jones was on Scout Team Vikings last year.
I know.
And they have one of the best records in the AFC. And you either got to go both ways. If it's not Daniel Jones, it's Jonathan Taylor. If it's not Jonathan Taylor, Daniel Jones is the MVP. Like, you have to pick one. So
yeah, no,
that's
Daniel
where I stand.
Jones is up there. Obviously, Mahomes is playing great. Sam Darnold is probably like a top 5 in the MVP the way he's playing.
I apologize, Matt Stafford. You should be MVP.
Dude,
forgot about that.
Dude, Matt Stafford, great call. So yeah, it's a fun year. It feels kind of wide open. It's definitely one of those years that feels like we could be completely wrong because there's no front runner, so should be decided in the second half of the year.
And then a dark horse. If the Ravens go from 1-5 to winning the North, Lamar.
Dude, yeah, Lamar just balls and goes totally freaking turbo mode nuclear. That could absolutely happen. All right, you got anything else? I think, Ryan, we missed you this week. Feel better, buddy? We didn't forget, Ryan, that the Lions lost to the Vikings, and J.J. McCarthy all of a sudden looks like a competent quarterback.
Can we talk about the Lions having 3 losses and Ryan not being here for all 3? Or should we save that for another day?
He was here for one, right? He was here for the Chiefs one, wasn't he?
Yeah, but remember he blamed it on the refs and then he turned it into a scandal.
Yes, you're
so
right.
He really wasn't here. He didn't really take it.
Yeah, you're right. So, Ryan, we see you. You better get that ass out here next week if y'all lose to the Commanders. Buddy, feel better.
One thing I want to mention, this is not a wrestling podcast, but War Games is coming up, one of the best pay-per-views. So, can't wait.
Tune in. Maybe I'll have you guys over at the new place for that. Oh my God, Miran, I got to send you a picture of my new TV. She looks absolutely sexy.
I was going to say, I wish I could make it, but my daughter's literally due that week.
Yeah. I mean, she's going to be a wrestling fan. She'll understand. No,
Can you imagine? I'm like, babe, I'm not going to be at the delivery room. I'm going to go watch wrestling.
Yeah, Matt got a new TV. What do you want me to do? All right. And with that, always follow us on the socials at Honolulu Cheese, at the Honolulu Cheese Podcast, and may your Kool-Aid stay blue.
Man, you actually did it for him?
I did, of course. And I really tried not to screw it up this time.
You're a better guy than I am. I would never have done that, but your head stayed cheesy.
Bears are the only team on this podcast that won this week. Thanks, guys. Love you, Mom.